tomorrow we're going to wake up and we're going to be so dialed in and we're going to be doing this and this and this and this and this. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like that I don't feel like that anymore. I don't need that anymore. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nikisha Bond, and we're going to continue on our journey. This is really healing, guys. We're going to be talking to AI, solving our own problems, figuring out what's going on in our head. And today I've got a really good one for you because we're going to be talking about why don't I feel motivated anymore? Okay, let's get started. Motivation isn't a starter, it's a response. You feel motivated after you start, not before. I love this because one of the things that I've had to start doing is giving myself like a really small time to work on something. Like, okay, I don't feel like doing anything, so I'm only going to work on it for 10 minutes. And usually, if I can just work on it for 10 minutes, I'll do more than 10 minutes. So it's like a quick way of getting myself started. And so I think that's what the chat is saying is like, you might not feel like you want to do it, but if it's part of the plan and you don't really feel like you want to do it, maybe just break it down into a really small piece because once you get started, that's really when the motivation will kick in. So we're waiting for that moment where we're just sitting here dormant, not doing anything to be like activated, like activate, Holy Spirit, activate, activate. Anyways, we're waiting for that to activate and feel motivated, but it doesn't work that way. So just get into it and you'll start feeling the activation once you get into it. I think that's a good one. Good for you, chat, like that. Your brain is tired of false starts. You've broken promises to yourself and your system stops believing the hype. Okay, first of all, first of all, I actually don't appreciate my chat calling me out like this. I actually don't appreciate you doing that in the middle of a video, nonetheless. Nonetheless. This is so me all the time. I'm one of those people, like at night, I feel like I can take on the world. Like tomorrow we're going to wake up and we're going to be so dialed in and we're going to be doing this and this and this and this and this. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel like that anymore. I don't need that anymore. And so then after a while, your brain is like, okay, girl, sure. Sure, Jan. That's what my brain says. Sure, Jan. And so I think that's something that we have to really look out for in motivation is that your brain is tired of false starting. You're always promising that you're going to do that. And you're breaking those promises to yourself. So that definitely is going to impact your motivation. I feel personally attacked, actually. Thank you. Let's move on. You're not overwhelmed. You're not unmotivated. You have too many goals and your brain freezes. Yeah, I am notorious for doing this. I don't know if you guys do this too, where you like have all these things you want to do, all of these things that you want to do, and you become overwhelmed, right? By all of the things that you have to do. I really got to learn how to cut back. I really got to figure out what my capacity is at any given moment. Because what I realize is that my capacity, it ebbs and flows, right? Like there's some days that I'm on it and I could do a ton of stuff. And then there's some days where it's like I can do barely anything. And I got to know myself a little bit more. Maybe you got to learn yourself a little bit more so that you can know. Because some people don't work linearly. Some people don't work linearly. Some people, they like to work in cycles. I'm a cycle worker. Like I'll work and I can work all day and then like I don't want to work anymore. And then I'll work and work and work and work and work and then I don't want to work anymore. So maybe that's how you are. And maybe you're thinking that that's not being motivated, but maybe that's just your patterns. So, understanding more about who you are and what your patterns actually do help you to overcome so that you don't sit up here and say, oh, I'm just so unmotivated. I just can't get myself to do anything. Well, it's like maybe you've already burnt out. Maybe this is your rest day. You ever think of that? It's a good way to think of it. Your environment is draining you. Visual clutter, digital chaos, zero mental bandwidth. We are completely overwhelmed. I'm telling you, that's one of the reasons why I had to get away from all the notifications off my phone, stop getting people to pump information, news, updates. I just can't deal with it anymore because we are so overstimulated. And when you're so overstimulated, it's hard to get motivated for the things that you need to do because your energy is just bouncing off the walls. It's everywhere. And you're not able to really harness it and then focus it where you want it to go. And that's really what you're looking for motivation. It's like, I got all this energy, right? I'm giving it to everybody. I'm giving it to social media. I'm giving it to my family. I'm giving it to my job. I'm giving it everywhere. How do I bring some of that back in so I can harness it and get the things I want to get done? To me, that's what motivation is to me. And so I don't know how we solve that problem. Maybe chat will give us some more answers as we continue to press on. Another thing, I almost forgot before we go on, you do need to clean up your space. Having just clutter everywhere is very hard for the mind to focus. That's why I really love, if you guys ever go to my systemized community and I have the 5S training in there, it's a great training to learn how to clean up your workspace. I think I also have a video about cleaning up your email. I'll post it somewhere here. But that's very, very important because all of that clutter that you see around you in your digital space, just everywhere, it's overwhelming. And that's taking a lot of your mental bandwidth and that's preventing you from being motivated. I know it is because when I see a space and it's like completely just thinking about it gives me the heebie-jeebies because like I can't even focus. So if you're living in that type of mess, I'm telling you, clean that up. That's going to clean a lot of your clutter in your mind up. This fell, and I thought it was a ghost. But it wasn't. It was just that. Anyways, you're waiting to feel ready instead of getting momentum. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. This is something that's very hard for me to conceptualize sometimes. So I don't know if you have the same problem, but it's like you're wanting to get motivated so you can do all of these things. But really, you're trying to get momentum, right? Because if you're trying to motivate yourself every day and motivate yourself every day, motivate yourself every day, that's really challenging. What you really want to do is like get a groove going, right? So you have some momentum. So you're like starting to ski downhill a little bit, starting to catch a little wind at your back, get that speed going and start to elevate a little bit. But if you're constantly looking for that motivation to get started, it's like a car that's got a bad starter, like that's what that made me think of. I don't know if that's what the chat was saying. That's what that made me think of. So, don't wait to feel ready. Get into the action and you'll start to feel the motivation as you get in there, not the other way around. So I guess we're relearning, right? I think maybe before this, we thought that motivation was coming from the outside, but really it's coming from the inside, right? You got to just start doing it first. And in the doing, you'll find the motivation. Your nervous system prefers familiar comfort over new effort, not laziness, wiring. I think it's kind of like you just gotten so used to being a certain way that anything else just makes you feel really uncomfortable. And you read that anxiety or that discomfort as I shouldn't be doing this. And it keeps you in the same perpetual cycle, right? Like I feel motivated. I know I need to go and do these things. I get ready to go and do these things. My body locks in, says we don't do these things. And now I'm stuck. And I just keep repeating that cycle. I guess we have to rewire our minds because neurons that fire together, wire together. And so when you get used to doing something for a really long time, you get used to doing something for a really long time. You keep doing the same thing for a really long time. Make the first step stupidly small. Motivation comes back once you get a win. So that's what you got to do. Don't give up on the dream. Don't even scale the dream back. Just say the step you got to do is before that step. So at any given step, let's say that you got to go and renew your license like I just had to do at the DMV. The ultimate step is to renew your license, right? But maybe that's too overwhelming. I don't want to go to the DMV. I don't have any time. Okay, maybe what I'm going to do is the email that I got, I'm just going to click on that link and see where it takes me. And then when I get there, I'm going to log into my account. Okay, I got $42. I'm going to go ahead and pay that fee. Oh, I can schedule and you know what? In that doing of just that one thing, I'm going to click on the email and see where that takes me. Just that one step, that being the stupidly small step. You know what? I ended up getting a appointment the very next day to get my license renewed. Just because I said, you know what? The next step I'm going to do is just click the link on that button. So make your steps so small that it's so easy. There's no reason you can't do it. There's no reason you can't do it. And every single day, just have that next step. Like maybe I click the email today and then maybe tomorrow I log into my account. And you're thinking, Nikisha, that's not going to get me anywhere. Well, listen, what's the alternative? Do nothing. Think about it. You can either do nothing and get nowhere, or you could take a little bitty, tiny, small, insignificant, what you think, step that could actually get you to where you want to go. So I love that. So you know what? When it comes to motivation, it's not coming from the outside. It's coming from the inside. You're going to find the motivation when you start doing things. Find something super, 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 super small to start with and go from there. And just keep doing that every single day. I'm also doing a video about consistency. Don't know if I posted it yet, but that's what you need to look at. Just doing these small things every single day and imagine where you can be. Because think about it. Last year, you made a goal and you never did anything about it. You didn't do anything. You had a goal and you didn't do anything. Imagine if you'd have just done all those little micro 1% out of 360 days is a complete circle. Bars. Anyways, that's what I think you should do. And make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and make sure that you share this with a friend who might be thinking, why don't I feel motivated anymore? And you can tell them that's because, baby, you're going to get motivated when you start doing stuff. Watch this video. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.